Hey, Kerry Knoll with Local Social Newsletters. In this particular training video, I'm going to talk about how to get paid for your service, all right? So accepting payment, you have three choices essentially. You're going to either accept cash, checks, or debit credit cards. Now, with cash, you really don't want to accept cash because primarily you don't want to have to chase down your client to get paid, all right? And they're not going to mail cash to you typically. And it just becomes a real hassle. Believe me, I've been there, done that. I've had clients that paid cash. It's not cash is nice because it avoids fees, but it's, time is worth something and time is money. And to me, cash doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this day and age. And people are just too busy to stay on top of it, especially for such a low amount of money. It's kind of awkward and weird. With checks is a good option. Again, checks aren't bad, but if someone forgets to write you a check for the month, you're not getting paid. At least not until they write you that check and you receive that check and then you deposit that check, which is another pain in the rear end, because even if you get paid with a check and they mail it to you, you still got to now take it to your bank and put it into your bank account, and then it's got to clear, and then you finally can use those funds. So that's also not a preferred method of accepting payment. With credit card, debit cards, that's the easiest. That is the quickest. That will eliminate many of the hassles. The problem is, of course, with debit credit cards is two things. Number one, you have associated fees with those things. The banks or the credit card companies want to take a percentage of the transaction being done to make money. And so therefore you lose out on some of the money there. And as well as the problem is if a client decides for whatever reason to cancel or to charge back all the payments that they've made to you, you better have a pretty solid agreement with them that is, explains your cancellation policy in thorough detail and the terms of that, so that if they don't actually abide by those terms, then you will win your dispute with the credit debit card companies and get the cash that you deserve. If you have a poorly written agreement contract with your particular client, then you could be subject to those chargebacks along with chargeback fees. And now, of course, with a micro automated service like this, where we're only charging upwards of $100 per month, I don't think any business owner is probably going to charge back on you. And, but again, it's always better to be safe than sorry. So, just for fair warning to you, okay? So, moving on, payment processors, okay? So if you're going to accept credit debit cards, you got to have a payment processor to do so. PayPal is one that you're all very familiar with. Stripe is another one. And then, of course, there's Square. There's a couple others, but I'm just trying to keep it simple here. Of course, you can have a merchant account, i.e. Chase Payment Tech is one of those types of merchant accounts where essentially is something similar to Stripe or PayPal, but directly through a bank that you may bank with. With PayPal, you don't want to be running your recurring monthly charges through simply because it's really easy for the particular business to cancel that, or to accidentally have canceled a transaction like that if they don't have money in their account. You don't sometimes get paid. Of course, PayPal's got all kinds of other issues that I don't love about them, including deciding to limit accounts and for whatever various reasons and hold funds. So I would stay away from PayPal. Stripe is a really great alternative. It's free to set up. It's quick and easy to get going. And, their fees are on par with Chase Payment Tech or other bigger merchant accounts. And, but they're less scrupulous than say like PayPal. So I like Stripe a lot. Of course, getting your own merchant account or having your own merchant account with someone like Chase is also a great option. It just really depends what your preference is. Now, what I love about Stripe is Stripe works with a bunch of other third-party programs where something like Chase Payment Tech may not work so well. And so I would lean towards Stripe, okay, if you're going to be accepting debit and credit cards. So accepting debit credit cards, you're going to need to have either a card swiper, I call it, something that you can attach to your phone and actually physically swipe the card through, or a separate physical device that does it that's not a part of your phone, or you're going to have what I call digital input, which would be the same as like a web-based form that would allow you to put in the customer's name and basically the credit card, and then push a button, and it uses the internet to process the card with the payment processor. All right, but in order to do a digital input, most of those payment processors do not have the ability. They need to interface with another shopping cart essentially, or something like that. So, if you're going to do a digital input, you're going to need a shopping cart system. All right. Now, there's different shopping cart systems. The shopping cart system you just used to check out and pay for this particular training was through ThriveCart, which I like a lot. One of the reasons I like it is they sell it for a one-time fee, and they don't charge any transactional fees. So your only transactional fees are coming from your payment processor, which would be Stripe or PayPal. And you're free and clear once you paid that one-time fee. Now, the one-time fee isn't that cheap. I think it's about $600 right now. It's like $595, I think. But once you figure how many transactions you do and all the fees that you'll be saving on per month per client, you're going to see that it's well worth the $600 to actually pay for that. Samcart's another option. It's a great shopping cart system. The problem with Samcart is they charge a monthly fee, and that can get pricey because if you have ThriveCart for $600, that's about $100 per month. So after 6 months, you're free and clear with ThriveCart. With Samcart, if you were to pay I think their fee is $99 is their minimum package per month. Once you get to 6 months, you've paid $600, the same price as ThriveCart, but now you're continuing to pay that $100 per month after that. And I don't believe that the Samcart is that much better, if at all, for the extra money. And then you have Pay Kickstart, which is another option as well, but that one also is a monthly fee. I think it's $97 per month. Of course, there's something called FreshBooks, which is an accounting software that allows you to also accept payment through that. And I think you can hook up, I know you can hook up PayPal. I'm pretty sure you probably can hook up Stripe. So you could be invoicing your clients through FreshBooks and then accepting payment through there as well. Another one is Intuit QuickBooks. Of course, with QuickBooks, you can accept payments as well. All right. So I just want to head over to ThriveCart real quick and show you exactly how I would set that up with my own shopping cart system. All right. So I'm over here in ThriveCart, and once you click on products, you'll click Add New, and when you get to this particular screen, you're going to give your product a name. And in this case, I just gave it Newsletter Services, and then it gives you a URL. I'm in test mode right now. You can disable it or you can put it into live mode depending on what you want to do. Just click next. Now it's going to ask you how much you want to set this up, price wise, and you've got all the different types of currency you can choose. So if we're going to set a product price, I'm going to click on that. It's going to be a subscription, and we're going to do monthly, and the monthly price will probably be $99. And then today's price is $99. No trial period right now unless you decide to offer one, which is a possibility. Number of rebills indefinite. That's cool. Send customer invoice for every recurring payment. Yep, check that off. And then limit quantity available. Nope, we're cool with that. So we're going to hit next. And then this is what it's going to appear in the cart, subscription. So we might want to just change this to newsletter. Subscription or monthly fee or something along those lines. Newsletter service, monthly fee. And I don't like MNTH because why not just put the O in there? So I'll just probably do MO. Okay, and then we're going to hit save. And we're not going to worry about taxes. We could customize our customer's invoice. We're not going to do that. I'm just showing you the basics right now. And then we don't have an offer bump, so we're going to hit next. And then here's where we set up our processor. So if we set up our processor, I click this. These are what's available to me right now. So I have Stripe already in here, PayPal. You have Google Pay, of course. I didn't mention that earlier. Authorize.net, Apple Pay. So we just clicked on Stripe, and then this is the one we're going to use, which is my Growth Hack Mindset account. And then we hit save, and now that's taken care of. We hit next. Do we want to allow affiliates? Nope, we're okay with that. Hit next. To access the product, there's a support email we could add. What should happen after they purchase? Display their invoice total, send them to a URL, right? Add them to a membership site. We're just going to display their total. Do you want to ship a CD? Nope, we don't want to do that. So we just do support here at, GrowthHackMindset.com. Hit next. And then we're going to have these different types of checkout forms. I like the tall one-step checkout, but there's all kinds of ones that you can choose from here, these 4. And then we're going to hit next, which takes us to customize. Here we can edit our cart header. So if we can select an image to display. So you might want to select your digital marketing agency logo and put that in there. We can have a countdown timer, which we're not going to do for this. There's the guarantee seals, the requested fields. We can collect the business name, collect the customer's name. We probably want first and last name. We probably want the customer's. We don't necessarily need to collect the address, the customer phone number. Yes, optional, we'll make it. And let's see, business name, yes, we'll make it optional. Add terms and conditions, we could add that in there, and then if we did, we could decide what these terms and conditions are going to be. So let's say no, we're just going to hit save. We also we can edit the buy button and all this sort of thing. We edit bullet points, so if we want to tell them what they're getting for their monthly newsletter service, we could add those here. Like you could just say, 1 newsletter per month. Post, 1 newsletter per month, add another bullet point, newsletter posted or published, let's say that, published to email, Facebook business page, and Facebook Messenger. So we're just giving them a few different. So do that. Let's just keep that's fine. 1 newsletter per month, and then we're going to add another one that says like newsletter is sent out let's see, published. I'll just put email here. Email newsletter is sent out to clients. Email list, or something like that. And then we'll just hit save, and those are the bullet points there. If we add testimonials from other clients, we could post them in here as well. The edit box shot, it's another image that you can upload, and you can literally put an image of, you could create a logo or something for this particular service if you wanted to, and place it in there. When you're happy with how everything is, you can of course change other things like the cart language. You can change the background color, the layout of your cart. You can hit preview, and you can get a glimpse of what it's going to look like basically. And this is what you're going to get, and then today's payment, future payments. All right. And of course, there's a button, complete order. We're asking for this information from our client, and there's no title right now because we didn't add one. Hit next. The success page is where we can edit the headline text. We can put a video if we want. We can add body text. This is like the thank you page. We can preview it. And of course, if we want, we can track stuff like we can put the Facebook pixel, our Facebook pixel in there. Some other information as well, some custom stuff. Hit next. And then we can do different rules based on what happens. So if we want to add this particular customer to our own email list, we can hit add rule. Main product purchase, we can select one of our email providers, Aweber, ActiveCampaign's ones I like to use primarily, or custom HTML. And then once we select that, we can select which list do we want to add them to. And then we can also apply some tags if we want. And then so every time we sign up a new client, their email is essentially added to our list of clients. Okay, and then we can use that to email market back to them, where we might sell them other services, or just keep them in the loop with what we're doing in our business. Okay, Once we're done with all that, we just hit save and get URL. And now we have this URL that we would click on. And if I wanted to like just view it again, this is the preview. It doesn't look very good right now. Of course, we're in sandbox mode. That's why we have this warning. We don't have any logos or anything in here, but it's mobile friendly. It allows us to accept payment through our website because all we have to do is go to this URL. I mean, through our mobile device if we're at the client's office, or we could send them a link to this particular checkout and ask our client to fill it out. Okay, that's what we need this for. All right, so that's how you would set it up for ThriveCart. Now, I can't show you how to do it for some of those other shopping carts because I don't have them, but I did want to show you what you would do if you owned ThriveCart and how you could set it up for ThriveCart. All right, so that's how you can accept payment and the different options. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with how to do it, but I wanted to give you at least one good example so you weren't left with wondering how you were going to handle that on your own. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this video off, and I will speak with you shortly.